everyone, welcome along to day 14 of our 30-day Pilates challenge. I'm Amy from Ames Fitness and today we're really going to focus on our balance. So first and foremost we need strong, active and mobile feet to balance well. There are three other key points in which we'll be going over for our balance session today. But first of all I want you to start with your left leg out in front of you. Pin your lesser toes down to the floor, so your smaller toes, down to the floor by using one hand. Then you're going to take your other hand underneath of your big toe, lift that big toe up and give it a big stretch towards the ceiling. Not only are you going to be pulling the big toe up, I want you to pull it away from the lesser toes while you keep them pinned. This is going to give the underside of our big toe a good stretch. We want to stretch right under the big toe and down towards the plantar fascia, that stringy portion of the underfoot there. Lovely, we're going to hold that for another 5 seconds, really drawing that toe up towards the sky and then away from the other toes. Then I'm going to see if we can let go of our toes and our feet and keep that big toe lifted for another 10 seconds. When we walk and when we're active through that rock of heel to toe action, we really need that toe to be able to flex upwards and strengthen through the front of the shin as well. And release. Okay, from here you're going to sit nice and tall, hold the underside of the left foot and give that foot a big circle. Not only the ankle but the toes, the whole foot is going around in a circle there. Back around the other way, make the circle as big and maybe as slow as you need to get a big circle. And we'll take the right side, so other side there. You're going to pin down your lesser toes, reach underneath and pick up that big toe, stretching it not only upwards but away from the lesser toes. Also going to focus on keeping the lesser toes pinned down to the floor. And really find out your active or your stretch, the maximum stretch you can provide for yourself there. If you're starting to form bunions or you've already got bunions, this is a really good stretch to be doing. Okay, another 5 seconds. Good time to tap into your nasal breathing now as well to start our practice before we balance. And then we're going to let go and see if we can hold that big toe up. Can you do it? Good. If it's falling down, it's okay. Do the best you can to keep that toe lifted. Activate all through the front of the shin and the foot there. And release. Sit tall on your sit bones. Hold underneath the back of the thigh and start your foot and ankle rotations. It's okay if there's a little bit of creaking, some clicking going on there. It's absolutely fine. Back round the other way. I want to keep that mobility and strength there. Cool, so next thing we're going to do is come to our feet. I'm just going to adjust my camera to make sure it can get me in the frame there standing, so you can see what's going on. Lovely, okay, cool. So with our feet, we're going to do exactly the same thing now. Toes and heels parallel, standing nice and tall and strong through our body. See if you can lift your big toe while keeping your lesser toes pinned to the floor. And if it doesn't happen, you might need to crouch down and actively use your hands to assist yourself until it becomes second nature. From here, we're actually going to switch, big toe down, lesser toes up. And you can see, I don't know if you can see in the video, but I'm spreading my toes out as much as I can to really get them to help with my balance today. We're going to switch between big toe up, lesser toes down, and then big toe down, lesser toes up. So you may need to roll towards the outside of the foot to get the hang of it, and then roll to the inside of the foot, just until you're able to sort of ground majority of your base of your foot, your sole, and then just work on the toes. Lovely. Okay, well done. Then we're going to start rocking forward onto our toes, elevating our heels, rocking back onto the heels, elevating the forefoot. So I'm just going from the front of my foot to the back of the foot, feeling out what my balance is like going forwards and backwards. I'll show you side on there. You can absolutely hold onto a wall or hold onto the back of the chair if this is something that you need to do. The 3 balance points we're going to focus on today are a firm foundation, so how we connect to the earth through our feet, and we're going to focus on a calm breath, not getting all short and hyperventilating in our breath when we're worried about balance. So I'll keep cueing nasal breathing. And then the third thing is where our gaze is. So I'm actually looking sort of all around the room at the camera and forward. It makes the balance aspect a lot harder. If we have a fixed gaze where we look just down on the floor in front of us, about 1 metre or so, our balance, and we can focus on that spot, our balance will be better as well. Okay, so we're done forward and back, and now we're going to do a funky one, side to side. So you're going to roll onto the outside edge of your foot, just very gently, then roll to the inside edge of your foot, bringing your knees together. Roll to the outside, roll to the inside. Good, and you can start bringing your toes into it. So start from the big toe, then bring the other second, third, fourth, fifth toe into the picture, and then you're rolling back through your toes. It's quite challenging to do, it's a lot of brain and body. Well done if you've made it this far. Okay, and then you're going to rotate your ankle, just do a little bit of a stretch out. And our exercise will get harder from here. So I want you to find one end of the mat now. Come onto your heels, so you're lifting your forefoot, and you're going to see if you can penguin walk on your heels forwards and backwards. And what this does is strengthen up through the front of the shin. And because we've narrowed that base of support, we're just walking on the heel and the back part, which is really challenging to do. You have to start really working through the core. Your arms come in for activity as well. The whole body. We don't just think, oh, I'm only working my feet or I'm only working one body part. It all works together. So if you've been doing this, you'll start to really feel that shin muscle working. And a lot of clients come to me and they say, oh, when I start increasing my walking or my running distance, all of a sudden I get sore shins or shin splints. This is one exercise you can absolutely do to strengthen that area. So we'll stretch it out now. Take one toe behind you, one foot behind you. I'm just going to press the front of the ankle forward and down and get a nice stretch through here. And the other side, just briefly. Lovely, okay, balance, we're ready for it. We'll start with 2 legs. Toes and heels parallel, we're going to sit down onto an imaginary chair. So chair pose here, shoulders down, we're gliding the shoulder blades away from our ears, sinking into our hips, but keeping the toes active as well. So I want you to press down through your big toe. Imagine that there's a $5 note under that toe, and you're going to try and hold it there. I'm going to try and pull it out. So big toe is really active to bring up the arch in our foot. From here, inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, lower the heels down. You can decide how low you want to go with your squat. Obviously lower is more active through the thighs. So not only are we bringing in balance here, but strength of the low body. Let's think about those 3 foundations. So firm foundation through the toes, that's number 1. Number 2 is a calm breath through the nose. And number 3 is a fixed gaze where we're looking at the floor about 1 metre or so in front of us. Go for 2 more, you've got this. 1 more time. And give it a little bit of a shake out. Whew. Okay. Start making it harder now. So we're going to stand in a lunge position. Your front foot flat on the floor. Back heel up to the sky. Take the hands to the hips. Nice deep breath in. Come down and exhale up. Inhale as we come down. Exhale up. Lovely. We'll go for 8 more. 10 in total. Press through that big toe. See how my arch becomes really active. the way to stand, except we're not locking the front knee, we're just extending. 3 more. 2. 1 more. We're going to hold it halfway. It gets harder. Lift your front heel. Just go for 5 of these, and 4. And 3. Stay with it. Get the shapes. 2 more. Up. And 1 more time. We got it. And shake it out. Oh, those legs. So we're going to switch legs now. What we have to do on one side, we have to do on the other side to keep it even. Front toe is pressing down. Remember how I mentioned about the $5 note under the big toe? Imagine I was going to pull it out from underneath you and you're going to clamp that big toe down to the floor. Back heel to the sky. Deep breath in. Let's go. 10. Exhale out. We want our hips and our shoulders facing in the same direction as our front toe. Let's go 5 more. And 4. Legs are burning. 3 more. Zip up that core. 2. Staying with it. 1 more. Let's hold it halfway. And 5 heel lifts. Here we go. 5. Bit harder than yesterday, isn't it? 4. And 3. 2 more. Up we go. 1 more time. And I have a visitor. This is Ko-Fi. Ko-Fi the cat. Lives a good life. Sometimes does cat yoga with me, cat Pilates. Lovely, well done. 1 more step to go and it is single leg balancing. So we're going to start off with a single leg squat. 1 foot on the floor, arms at the side for balance, stand nice and tall. Inhale as you come down, exhale, scoop and lift. Inhale, exhale. Now when I'm squatting down on one leg, I don't want my knee to cave inwards. Come in, that big toe, press it down, and then we have our knee aligning with our second toe. Let's go for 4 more, you got it. And 3. 2 more. 1 more time. And release. Give it a little bit of a roll out. Excellent. And round the other way. So being in bare feet is the easiest way to connect to the ground as well. Often we have cushion shoes and the cushion makes it really wibbly wobbly. So if we can get into bare feet on a nice hard surface like this, it makes our balancing a lot better and a lot easier. So standing on the other leg, last set, you've got this deep breath in. Exhale, pull it all up. Breathe in. Now you'll notice I sometimes breathe out through pursed lips. That's absolutely fine. Or you can breathe out through your nose. Lovely. Try and breathe in through your nose at all times though. Hopefully you're not confused by that. Let's go for 4 more. And 3. As the 30 days goes by, each week we make it a little harder. So if you're struggling with any of them, just kind of go back and repeat the first sort of 10 days. And relax. Lovely, everyone. Come on back down to the floor. We'll conclude our practice here. Give those legs a little bit of a break. Thank you very much for joining me. And stay tuned tomorrow for day 15. Day 15 is halfway through the 30-day challenge. So if you've got any comments, maybe you're following along, maybe you want to do more of a certain muscle group or more stretching, pop it in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Let's conclude with a deep breath in, setting our intention to go well with love and kindness to ourselves and each other. Breathe it out. Happy training, everyone. Thank you for joining me. See you tomorrow.